The Grizz hit 14 three-pointers and defeated the Lakers 116-99 in Game 5, staving off elimination. Now the series shifts back to L.A., where the Lakers will look to clinch a playoff series at home for the first time since 2012 versus the Nuggets, excluding the 2020 bubble. LeBron knows they need to step it up.
The starts for me tonight, I was not very good at all. I think defensively I was pretty good, but offensively I was, not really good. Tonight I was, and I'll be better in Game 6.
Ain't got no choice.
All right, I'm starting with you.
He doesn't have a choice to be better in Game 6. He has to.
How bad was Game 5?
Well, here's what I'm concerned a little bit about.
Loss.
Yeah, the loss for the Lakers.
Not putting it all on LeBron.
Of course. Yeah. It's more so, I think age plays into this, Stephen A., as we get game day separations, right? So it's one game every other day.
Okay.
For the Lakers in Memphis. And what I saw Taylor Jenkins and company do last night, the pace of the game was frenetic. It's fast. There were about 7 possessions where it was back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, I think it's similar to the strategy I saw Mike Brown try to do with Davion Mitchell the first couple of games he played against Steph, where you just keep trying to chase him around. I think Steph's body, the conditioning, is more built for the endurance level of that. That's not what LeBron James is good at doing at this stage of his career at 38 years old. Okay. You do not want to get lost in a track meet with younger legs like Ja Morant and Desmond Bane, who, by the way, Desmond Bane's been the best player on the court the last 2 games. And their ability to knock down shots from the outside with him and Luke Kennard have been a major difference maker, and I haven't seen Malik Beasley knock down a shot in a while. Sometimes I wonder if he's actually on the court. But to me, AD played his best game. But this Game 6 in L.A., the last 2 games, Desmond Bane and Ja Morant have been finding their rhythm. I'm concerned. Now, I know LeBron could take over the game, but this goes back to that Dillon Brooks game. You still need AD to be aggressive. They need to slow down the pace. They need to dominate the boards, which they didn't do last night, and they need to hit shots from the outside. But LeBron also needs to be aggressive and attack the middle of the paint. That's where they ate in their last game that they won, in Game 4. This was a team that took a lot of jumpers in Game 5. Right. That's not going to be the answer to beat them at home.
You're not wrong. It wasn't as bad of a loss as people think, though. And I'm going to tell you why. And I don't say this, and I want to make sure I'm clear so people listen. I don't mind. I don't give a damn about taking no damn heat from anybody. As long as you interpret what I said accurately, I will own what I say. That's all I ask from the public. I could care less what they feel if they're quoting me and they're interpreting it accurately. LeBron James, the reason why this loss wasn't a big game is because LeBron James let down the Lakers last night. LeBron James is the walking embodiment of a basketball savant. There is no one in the game of basketball smarter about the game of basketball that's in uniform than LeBron James. I have never heard anyone say otherwise in the last several years. There's brilliant basketball players all over the place, but none more brilliant than him. I'm talking about the thinking of the game. I'm talking about his mind. And to me, when you look at the pace, here's the thing. You saw, like you just point out, Memphis running the ball up the court. Did you know that the Lakers are averaging like 18.2 fast break points per game? They literally are leading all playoff teams in fast break points. So you're looking at the pace and you're like, wait a minute. They look slow. They look old. Memphis is running them out of the building once, when they went up like that 25, 26-2 run. You know what I'm saying? It was like 75, 74, late third, early fourth quarter. We get that, right? And you look at how fast Memphis appeared in those moments. But for the most part, the Lakers obviously have been leading everybody with fast break points, particularly in this series, which is a lot easier to do because you get easy baskets while wait for a half break setup when Steven Adams and Brandon Clark are no longer there. Yeah, you could attack in the interior, but if you push it with you, so you're saving his legs to some degree as well. So that helps. But here's where I bring up LeBron. Because LeBron is so brilliant, and LeBron knows himself better than anybody else, LeBron knew he didn't have it last night. So LeBron kind of caved right now. Look at it right now. I wrote this down. It's 127 players this postseason with at least 23-point attempts. LeBron has the second worst three-point percentage of anybody. He's 6 for 36, 16.7%. That's what he's been going through. And so when you look at it from that perspective, if he's feeling himself and he knows he don't have it, but he also knows Memphis got it this night, he's smart enough to know, I just don't have it. They got us. I got to be ready Friday. That's why I'm not considering this like a catastrophic loss. I predicted they'd lose this game. I didn't think it was going to be because of LeBron. I knew AD would have a good game numbers-wise, but I certainly didn't think LeBron was going to play that badly. But I that saw he didn't have it and said, guess what? I got to get myself ready for Friday because he knows you don't want to go back to Memphis for Game 7. Let me tell you something right now. Anthony Davis, I mean this figuratively, not literally, but Anthony Davis might start crying just because he'd have to get back on the plane. With them legs, you know, with all of his injuries and stuff like that, he don't even want to get on the damn plane. I mean, he like, no, we can't make another. I'm just talking about the trip. I'm not even talking about the game. I'm just talking about the trip, the 4-hour trip that you got to fly back to Memphis. He don't want to go through that. LeBron don't want to go through that. They got to win Friday. They got to win Friday night. I believe the Lakers' season is on the line. The Lakers don't win Friday. They damn sure don't win Sunday. They got to win Friday, or I don't think they'll show up Sunday.
What did you say that run was? That run that Memphis went on?
I think it was 26-2. It was like 76-74, and then it was 106-76.
You think Darvin Ham would call a timeout?
Huh?
You think Darvin Ham would utilize a timeout to stop the run?
Yeah.
That would be interesting if he were to do that, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think they're going to have to combat, Stephen A., you talk about 18.2 points in transition points. They've also been forcing a ton of turnovers.
Yeah.
Right? So that's different as it relates to pace. The pace I'm talking about is after made shots. And that's the secret sauce that Taylor Jenkins and these guys have inserted into their scheme. You're seeing as soon as a shot is made, look how fast it is that Ja Morant gets the ball up the court. They're beating, at times, AD jogging back down the court. So you're increasing the tempo of the game, which increases the number of possessions, the volumes. I think that takes away from Bron's legs. And by the way, when Bron gets tired, what does Bron do? Settles for threes.
That's right.
So that's something for them. If you're talking about reverse engineering it, they need to find some way to think through that and slow it down.
Only Kevin Huerter in Sacramento has been worse than LeBron in these playoffs from threes. So when you look at it from that perspective, you got to take all of that into consideration. But at the end of the day, this is LeBron James. I have no doubt in my mind LeBron James is going to show up Friday night.
Oh, I agree.
Because he knows what's on the line. They ain't play. They're not beating Memphis in a Game 7, in my humble opinion. I can't see it. I can't see it. Not the way Ja Morant coming at them. Not the way Desmond Bane's been coming at them. Not the way Jaren Jackson Jr. has been erasing everything in his vicinity. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So I just look at it from that perspective. Friday is their season. They got to get it done. LeBron knew that ahead of time, meaning he saw how he wasn't feeling, and he said, yo, I don't have it. We got to get this done Friday. I think that's what happened last night.
And that game's on ESPN 10:30 Eastern. You'll be all over that coverage.
You'll be in LA, right?
Well, we got to do countdown. We got to do NBA count. We got to do an NBA countdown.
LA.
The game's on ESPN, but NBA countdown's on ESPN too. We got to do NBA countdown on there, and then I'll be going back and forth from there to the game.
Are you going to do the strut walk across the court? Because I know you do your strut walk.
I don't ain't no strut walk.
No,
that's how I walk.
Strut walk.
That's just how I walk, baby. I mean, I'm just me. I just do me. That's all. That's all. You know, they gonna know I'm in the building. I know that everybody know I'm in the building. They know that. I'll be in the building. Crypto.com. I can't get over that. Crypto.com arena.
We're so accustomed to Staples. I get it. All right, they'll be back. Much more playoff talk to get into, but the NFL draft is today.